So we got some breaking news. The FBI is now admitting what many of us already suspected. There were multiple warning signs before the assassination of Charlie Kirk, and they were ignored. This wasn't random. This wasn't some shocking, unforeseeable tragedy. People saw the red flags, and yet once again, nothing was done. And this is bigger than just Charlie Kirk. This is about the complete failure of a system that's supposed to protect us. A system that seems to always miss the mark when conservatives are the target. But here's the bombshell. We're now learning Tyler Robinson, the man who killed Charlie Kirk, wasn't alone. He was part of a Discord group with over 20 members, 20 people in the same chat, and the FBI is saying many of them may have known what was coming. Now, let's get into the details, because FBI Deputy Director Dan Bongino just laid it all out, and what he said confirms the absolute failure of the system. According to Bongino, there were multiple warning signs. Tyler Robinson's own coworkers noticed he would completely shut down and walk away whenever politics came up. Friends and family admitted he had become more and more political and increasingly detached, and investigators now believe there may have even been a written note, possibly a manifesto, before the attack.
There appear to have been multiple warning signs. You just laid out some of them. There were people in his network, friends and family, who had stated that he had become more political, that he had become, at some parts, I believe some of his coworkers had stated that he had kind of detached himself when the topic of politics came up and walked away from them. Family members said he'd become more political, leading us to believe that this ideology had infected him and had taken over. And he was just intent, it appears, from the data we've accumulated and the channel and that note, which we have some evidence may have existed before based on the communications in that channel, that his target was obviously going to be Charlie and that people knew in advance. The question is, again, I just want to go back to what you had asked before. Did they know? Were they sure of this? Or did they hear this and just write it off? That's what we're going to have to find out. And that's what we're investigating now. Bill, this investigation is just begun. This isn't even the beginning of the beginning. You know, yes, we have a subject in custody. You know, everybody's innocent until proven guilty in our constitutional republic. However, this is not done by any stretch. Our men and women out there in the Bureau have worked tirelessly all week, and I just got back to D.C. Last night. And, Cash and I were out there on the scene. We walked the scene. We went through every single component of it. We saw the evidence up close and personal. And we went out there to be able to make command decisions with our team on the ground. And I think the process, although not perfect, of course, I think the process went pretty well, considering we got him in 33 hours.
Okay, signs. The people closest to Tyler Robinson saw it happening, yet somehow nobody acted, and Charlie Kirk paid the ultimate price. So let's just call this what it is, a complete and total failure by the intelligence community. They had the warnings, they had the red flags, and still nothing, and it gets worse. Because now, FBI Director Kash Patel is confirming that Tyler Robinson wasn't acting alone. He was part of a Discord group with more than 20 members. Patel says the FBI is running point on the investigation, and every single one of those people will be questioned. His words: there are scores of individuals that are going to be spoken to.
Going back to the group chats real quick, there's more than 20 individuals. But this is a great point. I want to lay out how this works. People think we can just get in these group chats and immediately find out who's in them. We, the FBI, are the investigatory body supporting multiple prosecutions and ongoing investigations. And that's another point. Our investigation at the FBI is ongoing. And there are scores of people in this Discord chat room. But we have to effectuate legal process. We have to go out there with search warrants so that if prosecutors want to later use this evidence, it's not tainted by being illegally obtained. We, the FBI, are running the investigation pointedly on the Discord chat group. There are scores of individuals that are going to be spoken to. There are also lots of family members and friends that have already been spoken to. And one more point on forensics. We were able to obtain in record time the text message chain between the suspect and his live-in partner, as well as other critical cellular information from our CAS team that analyzes cell phone data towers in the area to pinpoint the locations of the suspect and other individuals he was speaking with. This is critical information that the FBI processed and got to prosecutors so they can lawfully use it in a court of law. And our investigation, our interviews continue, but we've learned some shocking things when we spoke to his family and friends as well.
This wasn't just a lone wolf. This was a network, a political assassination plot organized in real time online. If more than 20 people were in that Discord chat, then how many of them knew? How many of them encouraged it? And how many of them celebrated after Charlie Kirk was killed? And here's the kicker. Big Tech is always lecturing us about how they're monitoring hate speech, how they're flagging posts, shadow banning conservatives, silencing opinions they don't like. But when an actual assassination plot is brewing right under their noses, nothing. Total silence. Even the Washington Post admits Discord has become a home for extremist communities. They banned a few groups here and there, but the platform is still wide open for abuse. Privacy-first design means the worst conversations happen where nobody is watching. Charlie Kirk's only crime was speaking his mind. For that, he became a target. That's it. He told the truth, he stood up against the narrative, and in today's America, that's enough to put a bullseye on your back. This is the reality we're living in. If you're conservative, if you're outspoken, if you dare to challenge the machine, you are in danger. That's not paranoia, that's not exaggeration, that's the hard truth staring us in the face. And that's why this moment matters. Because we are all Charlie Kirk now. His voice will not be silenced. His movement will not die. And no amount of violence will ever scare us into submission. That's it for this one. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos.